everyone, Stephanie and Buddy Denman here from the Denman Homestead. And today we have quite a few boxes behind us that we are gonna have to assemble.
Another greenhouse.
Yeah, right, no.
Just kidding.
And it could not have come at a better clutch time, and I'll tell you why. We have a mama hen who has been broody, and she's been sitting on a clutch of eggs in our main coop. In our little baby brooder coop, we've got some baby chicks that are in there that are a couple weeks old. So when our mama hen hatches her babies, we would really like to put her in an area by herself with her babies where she can focus on raising them and not have other chickens come and try to either steal her chicks away from her or peck her chicks, and let her have that experience without a bunch of stress.
She needs her space.
She does need her space, and the chicks need to be able to get up and out and in and wherever their moms are easily. So what a better time than to receive a chicken coop.
Well, it started with the Aivituvin chicken coop door, automatic door. Yes. Which we were going to put on to upgrade our automatic chicken coop door.
Yeah, this one's solar.
But
so
turned into something else.
Yeah. So our solar chicken coop door came with a chicken coop.
A full-on chicken coop.
Yeah, and it's got wheels, apparently, that you can just like pick up and roll. But it's in 3 big boxes. I don't really know how big this chicken coop's gonna be, but I think it's gonna be plenty big for a mama and her babies.
Yep.
The only thing that it doesn't come with is a run, which is like an area for the mom to go out into the yard or the grass or whatever.
Touch grass for a little bit.
So that we will have to figure out secondhand.
Yeah.
But her chicks are due to hatch in 3 days. That's what I have on my calendar. And chicks can really start hatching any time now, between now and 3 days. So it's imperative that we get this thing going for her so she at least has a space. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Yep, let's do it.
All right. Want me to just rip it? Not gonna go very far.
So step 1 is just taking one board and connecting 2 parts together. So part C and part D, you take this board and you put some screws in it, make it one piece. Easy so far. Okay, the next step is to take the other 2 pieces and you basically put 4 screws in the top to make this one piece. So you'll be left with this section that has the screen sliding doors and this section that is open after the first page. Alright, step 3 is to put the wheels on. It tells you exactly where to put them. They just slide onto the wood and then 2 bolts go through on each side.
Alright.
And the next step looks like we just finished building the whole thing.
I know.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Alright.
Okay, so one really nice thing is the big pieces all come pre-assembled. A lot of the hinges, the large pieces. So when it looked like we were doing a whole lot in this step, we were really just taking these 2 big pieces on each end, lining them up with the pegs that are on the side, and then just putting 5 screws in on each side. And you already have this. I mean, we're like 10 minutes in. So this is actually really coming along pretty quickly. Alright, and then you put the latch on the door. It's just a slide latch. This next step was probably the most time consuming so far. Taking these metal L brackets and putting 2 on every corner with 4 small screws in each one. Okay, and then we just set the perches down into the grooves.
I screwed in the center brace.
And the center brace.
Yeah, but these just slide in the perch.
Alright.
Now we need G times 2.
Okay, the next step, these trays that you can pull out to empty for all the chicken poop. They just slide in, one on each side, and that's it. That's the base of it. Then you put one screw on each side of this support for the roof, and then 2 bolts on each of these handles, and this is so you can kind of tractor it around, lift it up on one side, roll it where you need it.
Alright, Buddy is now putting together one of 2 of the nesting boxes, attaching them with bolts. We did have to put together the 3 sides of the nesting boxes, but then they just bolt right on the side of the coop.
On this next step, we had to put these 2 braces on, and we found it easier for one person to lift the entire coop up. It's very light. It doesn't weigh very much at all. But for one person to lift it up while the other person screwed in the braces, made it a little bit more simple.
Insert the divider part O into the slots of bottom of the floor part N.
Oh, each nesting box is 2 pieces, or 2 laying boxes. I see. Okay, so one thing that was kind of weird about the instructions is they wanted you to put this divider in before you put the floor piece in. You see the floor piece? They wanted you to put this in before the floor piece in, so don't do that. Do it the other way around. Put the floor in first, but then there's also a little bit of a trick to the floor. You want this groove closer to the back, and you have to slide it in so that it, well, this little clip thing too, you can kind of get it out of your way. You have to slide it in so that this back part right here goes underneath these 2 side rails, and that's the way that it's going to fit, just like that. Then you can take your divider piece and you can put it in there, like so.
Good.
Okay, now the roof for the nesting boxes just screws in on some hinges, and then over the hinges you put the weather strip. You just put it underneath this arm and line it up all the way down, and that's going to allow rain to hit this plastic weather strip and just keep rolling down instead of going back into the box. And when you open the box, you have this little mechanism, this arm right here, and you can push this up, and that's going to hold that open while you collect eggs and clean and whatnot. So that's how the nesting boxes work. At this point, you're going to put these latches on the nesting box, and then you're going to put the roof panels on and screw them in. There are some pre-drilled holes inside this roof area, which I did not see because they're pretty difficult to see. You gotta actually look for them. I put them in. Some of them I found them and I put the pre-drilled holes in. Some I just put them in where I know they would sink into the wood underneath it. But the final step to this is we're going to put the centerpiece on for the roof. And after the center pieces are on, there is a weatherproofing clear strip that goes right here underneath this where water could get in, and then these wood panels to weatherproof where the ceiling or roof panels go together.
Did you know that this does this?
Yeah, I saw that when I pulled it out of the box.
I didn't know that. Just now. So I was like, oh no, what's going to happen if it gets like really cold or rainy? And
Yeah, closes up.
cool.
All right. So you ready to move this to where it will live? What would you say total? 45 minutes to an hour project?
Yeah, with 2 people, it was probably the most simple build we've ever done. Honestly.
Very simple.
Honestly.
All right, so here is the Air 101-B. This is the automatic chicken coop door opener.
This looks legit.
This is like construction grade. This is steel. I think it comes in 2 colors, like a black and a gray, I believe, for the frame. The door is yellow, and we have a solar panel and a little operating, like a box with the buttons on it that you need, which is kind of cool. A plug
Is this if you've got power out there?
Yes.
But you don't have to have it.
Right. There's multiple options. Okay.
It's made by the same company as the
Chicken coop.
So that's kind of cool. All right.
Okay, so let's get this guy on the chicken coop. So it's in the open position now.
Oh wow, that's gonna fit like perfectly.
It's almost like it was made by the same company. The ramp's gonna be down permanently once we fix this to it. I wonder if we should just move it to where we need it and then put this on.
Okay. Can I pull it so we can get a woman's perspective?
If it's too heavy or not?
Yeah.
All right.
Like if it'd be something easy for me to do.
I have to lift it very high.
Of course you parked it on a hill. Oh yeah.
Not bad, huh?
It's not bad. Where are we going with it?
Side by side with the little one.
Okay.
So for right now, while the nights are a little on the chillier side, we want to have these two close because there's power here for a light, so we can run power into here. Steph said it looks like we have a chicken village.
We do, and I need to just play around with
Yeah.
the look of it.
Welcome to Chicken Town. All right, so this corner pops off so that you can get to the screw hole back there in the back. And that means we can actually use smaller screws for this.
Smaller screws?
Yeah.
Now we've decided to move the baby chicks, the bannies, into this coop. Should you remove the corners before you screw them? Like, yeah. Go. Do you need me to hold it? No. Because the mama, if we give her this older coop, she'll be able to come in and out of the run and protected inside the run. This one, since the babies aren't coming out outside anyway, they'll be safe inside there. We won't really necessarily have to worry about letting them out to play right away.
So this is the controller holder.
Controller holder.
So you can just hang the controller. You just put this wherever you want to put the controller.
Nice. And then the solar panel? Does it go on the roof?
Yeah, it goes wherever you want to put it. It's got little hooks.
Oh, okay.
So we could do it on the roof. Makes sense, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so right now we have it wired up to where the solar panel's right here on this corner. And I zip tied the extra cable up, and the control panel is right here. So now we just got to get this control panel charged up and powered on so we can set the door to stay in a permanent closed state for right now while the small baby chickens are in this coop. Okay, so it is all installed, and one thing to keep in note about the control box is that there is a battery in there that needs to charge a little bit before it'll turn on. So it's not going to immediately turn on the second you plug it in. We charged it for a little bit, and then we let the solar panel take over the rest of the charging. It's remained at full battery. It's been up for 2 days now. And you just hit the set button to set all your time, Fahrenheit or Celsius, what time you want it to open, what time you want it to close, and then the operation for manually opening and closing is just holding for a few seconds and then letting go, and it will start to close on its own. It is very quiet, and there is a sensor bar right there. So where if that sensor bar touches something, it'll go back up. It's the safety sensor on it. So if there's a chicken or something that's standing there and that sensor bar gets pressed, it'll trigger to go automatically back up. So we're gonna go ahead and leave it closed for right now, and put some baby chickens in there. But yeah. So that is the coop and the door. When I came to check on the door this morning, there was a chicken. One of my mom's chickens was in there. I opened it up just to make sure there were no more chickens. And there's an egg. Thank you. Everything went together super easy. I know that the door being made specifically for this brand of coop makes it a lot simpler. Obviously, everything's lined up. There's nothing extra that you have to do. But man, this was an easy build. Very easy for a nice chicken coop and automatic chicken coop door. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we will catch you on the next one. Bye everyone.